Spill any?
What? Oh, no.
Excellent performance.
What's a Fenian?
A Fenian is an Irish Republican.
Jones.
Careful, mind you don't spill any. You'll end up like the last barman here.
The last barman?
Joined the army. We'd get blown to smithereens.
Jones. Pardon me, is the seat taken?
There. Didn't I say you had to be an American?
How did you know?
Why, from your beautiful hat.
Do you mind if I join you?
Suppose we do.
Sean, don't be such a grouch. You're more than welcome.
Thank you. I'm Indiana Jones.
I'm Maggie Lemass.
Hello, Maggie.
And this is my friend Nuala. And this is my brother Sean.
Hi.
Don't pay him any mind, Mr. Indiana.
Indy.
He's in an awful black mood today.
Maggie, shut it.
I will not. How long have you been in Ireland, Mr. Indy?
It's Indy, just Indy. And then just before coming here, I was in Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah.
I thought there was a revolution going on there.
Well, there is. I took part in it. Rode with Pancho Villa.
Pancho Villa? Really?
Really? Yeah, he's a great guy. We were buddies.
What's their program?
Program?
The revolutionary aims.
Well, it's kind of complicated, mostly to do with land.
And their freedom.
Well, obviously, but the thing is...
Your play is challenging, Mr. O'Casey. You have a gift for characterization. I do not think, however, it is suitable for the stage of our national theatre.
You don't?
It's too prolix, too discursive, and to my mind, too realistic.
Too realistic.
Well, your hero, Jack, he is a socialist, is he not? Political ideas are seldom dramatic, even from the brilliant pen of Mr. George Bernard Shaw.
So my play is a failure, then?
Yes, but an honorable one. Pray do not lose heart, Mr. O'Casey. I shall be pleased to see more of your work. Indeed, I look forward to it. Yes, a definite gift for characterization. Thank you for allowing me to see it.
Thank you for reading it, sir.
And how did you find rehearsals?
The play is fine.
Mr. Jones?
I agree with Sean. I like it.
Came to me in a dream, you know.
Really?
A dream almost as distinct as a vision, as if from an invisible world. I believe poetical drama has no need of realistic setting, but only that which is legendary.
You mean symbolic?
Exactly so.
Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which she receives her old tradition of nationhood, summons her children to her flag and strikes for freedom.
Oh, no. How should I know? Some kind of foolishness.
They'll not be wanting postage stamps, that's for sure.
You ask me, something's up.
On an Easter Monday? Don't be joking.
We hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign, independent state. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valor and discipline, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called. God save Ireland!
I don't have to tell any of you, even those of you who don't believe in votes for women, how much we suffered for the cause. Prison, forcible feeding.
Serves you right, you silly cows.
That's all right. We didn't do it to impress you, sir. I tell you now, that battle is not over. Some people say that while the war is on, we should suspend the struggle. They say that women should be content to work as sweated labor as long as it contributes to victory. But what kind of victory would that be that uses the starvation of women and children?
What are you doing here?
You invited me?
And as for the men,
You gave this to me? I call that an invitation.
using it after the war, even though the men returning from the front are unemployed. We aren't only fighting for votes for women. We are fighting for justice and democracy for everyone. If we are to play our full part in building a better world after the war, then it must be on equal terms, both men and women. My friends, we demand adult suffrage, not more and certainly not less. Deeds, not words.
Superiority in the air. We must build more airplanes. We must have an efficient air ministry.
Personally, I think there should be a general election on a motion of no confidence in the conduct of the war.
I entirely agree with you. But if this government continues to deny the vote to soldiers who are serving in France, what kind of a democracy would that be?
What kind of a democracy is it now when half the population are not allowed to vote simply because they are women?
I fear that you are using the privilege of charming women everywhere and changing the subject.
Well, speaking of changing the subject...
You're talking about the right to vote. You say that soldiers deserve it, and so they do, but so do women.
My dear young lady, you are confusing two very different issues.
Well, speaking of different issues...
What absolute tosh! It's exactly the same issue. Anyone of whatever sex...
Speaking of sex...
who has no voice of the government of the country is not a citizen, but a slave.
Well, that is a very spirited young lady.
You wouldn't read that, would you?
Poems by a Siegfried Sassoon, a German?
No, he's British.
Read the poem that's marked, Corporal. Read it aloud.
Dreamers by Siegfried Sassoon. Soldiers are citizens of death's gray land, drawing no dividends from time's tomorrows. In the great hour of destiny they stand, each with his feuds and jealousies and sorrows. Soldiers are sworn to action, they must win. Some flaming, fatal climax with their lives. Soldiers are dreamers when the guns begin. They think of firelit homes, clean beds, and wives. I see them in foul dugouts, gnawed by rats, and in the ruined trenches lashed with rain, dreaming of things they did with balls and bats, and mocked by hopeless longing to regain bank holidays and picture shows and spats, and going to the office in the train.
If you ask me, that's the silliest rubbish I've ever heard.
What do you think, Corporal?
I think it's quite good. I really do.
Congratulations. You passed the test, Corporal. Lieutenant Robert Graves.
And Lieutenant Siegfried Sassoon.
Corporal Henry Defonce, you wrote this?
Well, who did you think wrote it? An American? Let's get a drink. I'm parched.
We'll open the mail after the lecture.
Introduce yourself, Lieutenant.
Hello. I'm Lieutenant Blanc.
Have a seat, Lieutenant Blanc.
I'm lecturing on medieval military tactics.
Why medieval tactics?
I beg your pardon?
Well, if French and English generals would have studied the American Civil War, we'd have beaten the Germans by now.
A bold statement, Lieutenant. Explain further, if you please.
Well, that was the first war that armies used modern technology to full advantage. The cavalry charge had become obsolete. Even Ulysses S. Grant realized that the future of war lay not in the open field, but in the...
In trenches, yes. Well, you know a good deal about this subject, Lieutenant. But if you're in douche de stat, you must know a good deal about something else. Escaping from German prisons.
Do you have plans?
We may. You speak with an accent, Lieutenant.
I do?
Yes. I can't make it out. There was a rumor circulating that the commandant was releasing spies into the prison. Germans impersonating French and English officers. I wonder what we do if we exposed one of them.
We would kill him.
So tell me, Lieutenant, where are you from in France?
Paris?
So am I. Name the 3 roads leading from Paris to Versailles.
The Rue de Napoleon. The traitor spy.
Oh, wait. He's not German. Who won the World Series in 1912?
What?
Just answer the question.
Boston Red Sox.
He's not German. He's American. Is your rank also fake, Lieutenant?
Okay, I enlisted in the Belgian army. They were the only ones that would take me without asking questions about my age. I'm a corporal.
Ah, a corporal. And where did you get the jacket? Did you know you could be shot for stealing it?
The previous owner wasn't going to need it.
I understand. Come on, let's open our mail.
Ah, Cabinet de Gaulle, you must let me have a look at that leg of yours. If you neglect it, it's going to drop off.
I've fooled a lot of people with my French.
No doubt you have. It is excellent.
How did you know I was American?
My father is a professor of philosophy. During my youth, I met many American scholars. All spoke French fluently, but none perfectly. I recognize your game at once.
Why are you in Dusterstadt?
I refuse to submit to captivity. I'll get out of here. It's only a matter of time.
How?
Does it matter? When a man accepts bondage to the Germans, he accepts death.
Do you hate the Germans?
They are the natural enemy of France. We fought them in 1870, we fight them now, and this I can guarantee you, Corporal. Before this century is over, we will fight them again. The art of war is changing. It is up to us to change with it. In 4015, a small band of English soldiers wiped out the flower of French knighthood in one afternoon. How?
The English longbow. It could pierce the knight's armor. They were sitting ducks.
Mark my words, Corporal. The next great war will not be won with superior men. It will be won with superior machines, tanks, and airplanes.
To the commander of the Second Army. Your appointment replacing General Pétain is long overdue. Congratulations, General Nivelle.
Discretion, mon Jean, discretion. The good general will be joining us.
The problem with the good general is that he has a conscience.
Greetings, Pétain.
Mon Jean. Nivelle. You're cheerful today.
We are at war. War raises a soldier's spirit.
Does it?
What would give you happiness, General?
The safe return of our men and an end to this madness.
At ease, gentlemen. I've not much time. I'm expected at the ballet. Politicians, you understand? The reason I'm here is to discuss the problem with our communication network.
General Shaw.
Don't protest, General. Your telephone lines have been destroyed by German shells, and your couriers are infiltrated with German spies.
I've dealt with the problem, General. New couriers. Belgians.
Belgians? They are an inferior lot. Can you depend on them?
Why don't we see what they can do? I'd like to send someone with an order to attack Fort Douaumont.
Fort Douaumont. An attack on the north side. I have no objection. I will await the results.
Monsieur le Maréchal.
Yes, General?
You can't authorize another attack from this position.
I just have.
Just like that. An attack of this magnitude must be planned to the last detail. This is not a recommendation. I insist upon it.
You insist?
I expect your support, General.
Thank you, General. I'll start the artillery barrage immediately. Dispatch to the front, Major. Give it to one of the new Belgian couriers.
You were chosen to replace Pétain because you're not reluctant to attack. Don't let me down, Nivelle. Succeed at all cost.
May I present our young friend?
Henri Défense.
Just returned from the front. A Belgian patriot of American origins.
How do you do, sir?
A great pleasure, Corporal Défense. May I introduce my dear friend, Madame Mata Ali.
My pleasure, madam.
And mine.
To see you again. You know Major Minot Sargon, British intelligence?
I've not had that pleasure. The pleasure is entirely mine. Well, I'm surprised to find you here, General. I thought you'd be the Morogoro Bernard.
Trouble is, every time we try to make a move, the Germans hit us with something big. I mean big. The shells leave craters 50 yards across.
Sounds like a naval cannon to me. 380 most like.
380?
380mm cannon designed by Jerry for his battleships. It fires a 2-ton shell 30 miles and has a barrel 50 feet long.
30 miles? Mother of mercy, they got a battleship out there?
That's just it. They're not hitting us from the sea. They're shelling us from inland, somewhere around here.
Inland?
Yes, and it's hellishly mobile. It's not just us, it's all our positions within a 100-mile radius.
Gentlemen, you can bet the farm that's where she is.
Captain, I see your men haven't lost their edge.
They're the best of the best. Right, you're on. Henry Jones, Jr. Expert on trains, fluent in German.
Gentlemen, on behalf of His Majesty, I thank you all for volunteering.
Huh? Volunteering for what?
Gentlemen, we haven't a moment to lose.
Wait a minute, sir. But, no, General, you know, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm in the Belgian army.
All the more laudable, and write a letter of commendation to your General Tambour.
Germans are sending up reinforcements from the south. They are arriving in 6 days. If we're still on this beat, we are done for.
6 days?
Son, the good Lord made the world in 6 days. What's blown up cannon compared to that? Finding the thing that's the tricky part. I've sent men, I've sent aeroplanes, I've had every inch of that railway scoured and still nothing. Don't know how they're hiding it. It's a phantom train, my friends.
Just untie this up. I wouldn't do that.
Mon Dieu, he's a lady.
That's more than I can say for you, fatso. Great disguise.
Margaret, are you all right?
Oh, you know her?
Our mother was one of the finest aviators in Africa.
The finest still.
Let me help you up.
You've picked up some interesting habits. When did you start shooting women at random?
I don't. I shot your saddle.
Oh, that makes you a gentleman.
I was right, sir. They're communicated for Bon Letar.
Is he around here? Because we'd like to avoid him if possible.
Am I your prisoner?
Of course. But we take good care of you. Does your mother know you've become a courier for the Germans?
It was her idea. Your little affair aside, she has no love for the British.
Well, that goes without saying.
You'll get nothing from me. That also goes without saying.
You wish.
Ich habe die Spione auf der Patrouille erwischt.
Captain. You mistake me for someone else.
No mistaking Frederick Salou. Hunter, soldier, worthy opponent. You've been nipping at my heels for 2 years now.
Not that it did us any good.
Last time we crossed paths, we're at the Karoo Mountains.
Brilliant flanking maneuver on your part, if I might say. Sent us packing in a hurry.
You're very kind. It's an honor to meet you face to face at last.
The honor is entirely mine.
See they get a good night's rest. Feed them. Take good care of them. Shoot them.
Seems you found a survivor.
Poor thing. Hey, little fella.
Don't touch him. He's diseased.
Major, if we cannot touch the child, how can we take him with us?
We don't, Sergeant. We leave him right here.
But, sir, it's just a little boy.
And?
He can't care for himself. If we leave him here, he'll die.
He's dead already, Captain. I won't have him brought along in a sentimental gesture, just so he can spread sickness among the men.
Sir, I disagree.
You are being irrational, letting your emotion cloud your judgment. A good officer must learn that one bad decision can endanger his men and put his entire command at risk.
Yes, sir.
We have a mission. Have the men form up. We move out in 2 minutes.
You leave boy behind, Captain Indy?
I'm not in command.
This is Ubangi child. Ubangi like me. Barthélemy think you would not leave this child if this was a white child.
Orders are orders. Gather the men.
Indy, could I have a word with you?
What is it? Where are the maps?
It will only take a moment. Congratulations, it's a boy.
Oh my God, he brought the kid. Where have you been keeping him?
Back with the bearers. What will you do to me now, Captain?
Damn it, Sergeant, I can't believe you'd put me in this position.
You did not know I took the boy.
But I'm responsible. And when Boucher has you shot, that will also be my responsibility. Keep an eye on them.
Where are you going?
We can't hide this, Remy. Boucher better hear it from me first. Maybe I can smooth things over.
So, verbrennt die Toten hinterm Dorf! Vorsicht mit dem Leben! Gleich ins Spital! Ganz vor dem Spital! Und schnell ein Bett!
Don't try to talk. Slowly, slowly. Now take this. If I wanted you dead, I would have left you on the boat. Go on, take it.
You're German.
You're perceptive.
Then I'm your prisoner.
Sorry. I can't accept your surrender. We simply haven't the facilities. My apologies to the Belgian army. Now, if you're done asking stupid questions, go back to sleep, huh?
Guten Abend. I'm Mrs. Schweitzer. You can call me Helene. Albert told me you were down here. I brought you some tea. Now make sure you drink this.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're quite welcome. You know, you shouldn't worry so much about your silly guns. They've been here 5 days, and nobody's bothered them.
5 days?
Yeah.
I've been here 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days you had fever. We are so glad you're feeling better.
Good morning, brave young captain.
How are we feeling today? You should really stop waving that thing around. Somebody could get hurt.
Why didn't you say something when you boarded the boat?
You seemed in no mood to listen. Besides, I had more immediate concerns, like not being blown into small bloody fragments of my former self. I do apologize for punching your face so profoundly. I'm dazed with regret.
It's all right, forget it.
I'm greatly relieved. You are to take this upon awakening. Doctor's orders.
Where are they all coming from?
From near and far. From all around. Some travel many days to see Uganda.
What's Uganda?
Uganda is not a what. Uganda is a who. The doctor, of course. Come, young captain. Come and see.
Whiskey! Don't worry, he won't hurt you. He's our squadron mascot. He's just saying hello.
Hello, Whiskey. Captain DeFonse reporting for duty.
I'm Raoul Lufberry.
I'm looking for the photographic division.
Follow me. So you're the replacement?
Replacement?
Yes. The last man's gear is over there. Cameras, plates, everything you need. Your airplane arrived this morning.
Sir, you said the airplane?
Yeah, a new Sauper two-seater. We got a good pilot with her. Lieutenant Green.
I thought I was supposed to be analyzing photos, not taking them.
Heck no. That happens back at HQ. You take them.
You mean that I have to fly?
No. We fly. You snap.
Sir, there must be some kind of mistake.
There's no mistake. You like mushrooms?
I hate mushrooms.
His name's DeFonse. Captain DeFonse. And he's American, too.
Do I know you?
Hobie Baker? It's me, Indiana Jones.
Professor Jones's son?
That's right.
I don't believe this, guys. This captain we've been sent is the same little punk that used to run errands for me back in college.
That's right. It's great to see you.
I think I'm gonna cry. Captain DeFonse is our replacement reconnaissance photographer. Captain DeFonse, this is your pilot, Lieutenant Harold Green.
Hiya.
Hi. It's really only for 2 weeks, though. Then I'm going to be reassigned. What's so funny?
Well, you see, the longest any reconnaissance guy ever lasted with us is 8 days.
Why's that?
Well, you're flying low and slow, and you got a camera in your hand when what you need is a gun.
Hey, Doc Breath, give him a break.
The kid ought to know, right?
No, it's all right. So, 8 days, huh?
But Harold is good. You'll be okay with him.
Yeah.
That's Charles Nungesser. The French flying ace is the best we got.
Looks like a walking accident.
Sorry I interrupted your little photographic session, but I've just downed what I think was Richthofen's brother.
You just couldn't resist getting in on the picture. I know. Come inside.
No.
The picture first.
Okay, smile.
trophy, I shot it down.
They've landed and we captured them trying to escape. They are our prisoners.
Look at the engine. I shot it to pieces, and that is why it landed. They are my prisoners.
Stop that looting! This prize belongs to Rittmeister von Richthofen.
Well, what do you know? Baron Manfred von Richthofen.
Reconnaissance, huh?
Captain de France, Lafayette Escadrille.
Lafayette Escadrille.
Yeah. I should have known you by your tactics. Out of the sun. Swift and sudden from behind.
Take him to the field hospital. See that he gets immediate medical attention.
So long, Indy.
Welcome to Germany. I have never bagged an American before. It would be an honor to have you as my luncheon guest at my aerodrome. It is only 15 kilometers from here. As a boy, I always wanted to be a cowboy. My mother will enjoy this little souvenir of the American Wild West.
And what about you? Why are you fighting, Herr Rittmeister?
My brother, Baron von Richthofen, is a hunter, Captain. He has spent his whole life stalking prey with a gun. If there were no enemy in the air today, he would be out hunting wild boar. Hey, Göring.
The newspapers have defined us as medieval knights, plunging into battle with these flying machines as our handsome steeds, adorned with colorful scarves like feathered plumes.
Surprised you don't paint your planes bright red.
Quite. This Nungesser, Monsieur Skull and Crossbones, you know him?
He landed at our aerodrome this morning.
So he is back from his injuries. We suspected he tried to down my brothers this morning, but Lothair here managed to flutter home. His tail feathers a little ruffled, however. Sergeant, paper. As Lothair's older brother, I feel obliged to avenge Monsieur Nungesser's attempt on his life. I, Baron von Richthofen, challenge all Skull and Crossbones to a duel alone tomorrow at dawn. Who will volunteer to drop this message on the Lafayette Escadrille aerodrome?
I will be honored to carry this message, Manfred. And now I would like to propose a toast. To victory!
Mynheer Fokker, I'm Captain D. Did you get my note?
What are you doing here?
I told him I was your valet.
Come inside.
You were supposed to meet me in Hanover.
I know. I ran into some trouble.
Since you are my valet, kindly put my case upon the bed.
Got a letter for you. I think you know the subject.
I hope the French have a better idea of my worth than the British. That's General von Kramer. Hide, quickly. Don't let them see you.
I was
Now.
told to wait for a reply.
Aha! There you are. We were afraid you had given us the slip. Now, I believe you have not yet met our Swedish friend, Willehad Forsman. Forsman, this is Mynheer Anthony Fokker. Honored, I am sure.
I understand you have a surprise for me today. I cannot wait to be amused.
Amused?
I am not here to entertain Herr Fokker. There are others in Germany who have ideas about flying, too.
Perhaps. But I have seen very little outside my factory that I would encourage Germany to invest in.
You are only versed in the design of small pursuit aeroplanes. My machine is in an entirely different class.
Well, indeed.
We have chosen Alhorn as the base for his new machine because here we can keep it far from a view of the enemy.
When can I see it?
The aircraft will be arriving at the airfield at 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, a storm has delayed its departure from Polb. But as I understand it, the weather is clearing now, so there are drinks and refreshments downstairs, and we have arranged a special tour of the hydrogen factory.
Shall we go?
I think our